I guess the reason that we started a climate justice ministry here at St. Anne's in the Fields Episcopal Church is that back in September, about 12 of us went down to New York City for the People's Climate March. And that was a wonderful moment because all of a sudden we could see people we'd known for a long time in some cases, all of a sudden at least making a commitment for that weekend to do something important. And then the experience of that day of showing up in Central Park and seeing 400,000 people there united with this wonderful spirit and this amazing sense of inclusion of so many different kinds of people and people from all kinds of places. It was very energizing and really gave us a sense that what we needed to do was go back home and start doing things. I think it's human nature to just think about what's in front of you most of the time. And even though we live in this supposedly very connected world, most of the time we look at what we want to look at. We really rarely force ourselves to look at stuff that's distressing or unpleasant or makes us feel bad or produces too much anxiety. So I think films like this one, Climate Refugees, gives us that opportunity to just sit and look and hear the words of people like the fisherman on Tuvalu who actually gave this incredible Christian message. We're all people under the skin. We're all the same. We're human beings. We deserve to live. We deserve to be taken care of. So we forget about all those people all the time. Thank goodness for filmmakers who want to go out and show us that and put it in a form that we can kind of take it in.
It was very people-focused about the impact. I like the fact that it was so personal. The very beginning of the movie was about a woman whose child got swept out of her arms, and I think the thing that struck me, I'm a psychotherapist, was that she blamed herself, which I think is so sad because so much of this is caused by other humans and so much of developing countries are affected by the habits of people in wealthier nations.
The thing about watching it with a group of people is that makes it less overwhelming. That sense of community is so important because if you look at a problem that is on such a huge scale and you think, I'm just one person, even if I care about it, what can I possibly do? But then you realize that anybody else seeing the same information is going to have a reaction like yours. Of course we need to do something about it. What's great is just to see new faces coming in the door and feeling comfortable coming to a church and seeing that there's such a natural connection between a faith community welcoming people in, not for evangelism, but to say, we all need to care about this. We can all experience this together, and this can be a place that you can find other people that think and feel like you do.
I just think any kind of community makes you feel a little bit less alone because I think it's so overwhelming. And to kind of meet other people, I went to the march in New York, and it was just so wonderful to be around other people who felt that way because you can feel so much in the minority.
On May 19th, the fourth film in our series is happening. It's called Bitter 70. It's a documentary film about Tim DeChristopher, who's an environmental activist and currently a student at Harvard Divinity School. A number of years ago, he disrupted an auction of oil and gas extraction rights on federal land in the West. And for that reason, he did have to spend some time in jail. So it's a real treat that we're going to show a movie about him, and he's going to come and watch it with us, and then there will be a question and answer session at the end of the film. And we are co-sponsoring it with 350 Massachusetts and hoping for a big crowd. The reason that churches and other groups need to connect together and join with community organizations, secular organizations that are working on the issue from a political standpoint is that only political solutions are going to save us, because it is the only way to restrain the forces that are contributing to the problem. Right now, at the national level, those forces are winning. Until our local and state politicians really feel the heat from people who are worried and angry and demand change, business as usual will continue, and that's what's killing us. So it can't be just about reflection and prayer. It's got to be about getting out in the streets and voting and organizing so that politicians pay attention.